What's going on, Ditch Crew? We're back for another podcast Tuesday, DitchCast. You know, it's DitchCast, but we do it on Tuesday, so it's Podcast Tuesday. Last week, what did we talk about last week? Jacob, what did we talk about last week?
Uh, just problems in the video game community and whatnot
That's right.
with the developers, with the community, all that kind of stuff,
That's what it was. Yep. We talked about gaming and kind of I was going to say toxic, but not necessarily toxic, but they just not customer focused practices that some game companies have been exercising over the last few years or so. So that was the last week. This week, however, we're going to do something a little bit different. We are going to do, you see on Twitch all the time the just chatting. We're going to take that to an actuality. We're just going to kind of chat. We're going to talk about some of the things maybe we're excited about, just some story times. We're just gonna chat, hang out, and play American Truck Simulator. So let's let everybody kind of say hey, and then we'll get started. Jacob, go ahead, say hey.
Uh, yeah, just excited to do this again, and I got another opener question once Ted says hey, and we can go from there.
What's
Sound
up,
good?
guys?
Sarah,
What's
go
up,
ahead.
guys? Yeah, we're ready for another podcast. Everything excited to talk about some of the topics today. We're just gonna kind of sit here and chat for a little bit and talk about a couple of random things we find interesting. See what all going on in everybody's life, all that kind of good stuff. What's your opening question?
So this is kind of a just off the wall random question that I've got, but it's one that I've actually been thinking about. It's one of my random tangents. Um, So, first of all, what's everybody's favorite pizza place? Because mine's Pizza Hut, right? If you had to pick like a Pizza Hut fast food joint, what's your favorite pizza place?
I would have to say Pizza Hut as well, mostly because, of course, this is what my father and mother had always told me. Whenever my mom was pregnant with me and everything, she craved pepperoni pizza from Pizza Hut, and I love pepperoni pizza from Pizza Hut. So Pizza Hut would have to be my favorite as well.
So,
Jordan?
if correct, and if fresh, however you put it, if you don't get a shitty team, mine is Pizza Hut. But Pizza Hut can be so bad if the location is bad, you know. But I do love Pizza Hut pizza.
Yeah, so the reason I asked is because I noticed that everybody, like, we all kind of agree on Pizza Hut, but there's a lot of people who have very different um, preferences. And part of me has always kind of wondered why. Because at the end of the day, like, I don't even know what it is about Pizza Hut that I like better than other pizza places, you know? Because, like, it's all pizza, it all tastes good. Why is Pizza Hut better than, like, Domino's or something? I can't
The
ever put my
sauce.
finger on. Is that what it is for you? It's the
So
sauce?
to me, it's the sauce. It's the way that they do their cheese, and it's that pan crust for me. Like all
Hmm
day long, that's it.
Is it the same for you, Ted?
Kind of. But I will say that I do like Domino's pizza though, and the reason behind this is because if you get a Domino's personal pan pizza, that the pan crust that they have and everything, along with their sauce and cheese and pepperoni and all that kind of stuff and everything, is so good. The next day, like even like cold, like fridge cold, it's amazing. Like you don't even have to warm it up. But that's just me.
See, no, I gotta agree with you there. I think Domino's probably has the best fridge pizza.
Uh,
Definitely 100%.
Yeah.
I am so not a fan of Domino's, and that's just personal. Domino's and I do not have a good relationship.
Do you not like their pizza?
No, not. I mean, so when I lived out in Fort Bragg, that was the only place that delivered where we lived. And so we had Domino's often. And then also, when I worked at the mental health hospital, that's the only place that anybody ever wanted. And it's just, to me, their pizza's not that good for it to just be the only thing I could have.
The,
That's
you know
that's
what,
fair.
you know what pizza place I miss that closed down here recently? You guys probably have them up there. I'm sure they're everywhere. Um, in Kansas, we recently lost just about all of our Little Caesars.
Oh,
Really?
man, we still
Yeah,
got Little Caesars.
Oh heck
yeah.
yeah.
Almost all of ours shut down. We've got a couple open here and there, but if I want to get me some $5 hot and ready, I got to go 30, 45 minute drive. End up
Damn.
We,
spending more in gas than I do for the damn pizza.
right. So one thing that Kansas always had when I was working on the pipelines that I couldn't get in any other state, and I loved going to Kansas. They used to sell it all over the U.S. and it's a Pizza Hut pizza, but it's the barbecue beef pizza,
Mm.
and it's got like little piles of shredded beef, barbecue. Oh God, it is so good. But Kansas is the only place that I could ever get it, and every time I'd go to Kansas, I would 100% find Pizza Hut just so I could get some barbecue beef pizza.
Pizza Hut hit us up for a sponsorship.
Hey,
You're everybody's favorite.
God.
well,
So
I'm still waiting on that cream
another
corn sponsorship.
yeah, yeah. But another pizza place that uh I really like used to love as a kid and everything because every time we would go to Coleman to like the movies and stuff, we would always go to this pizza place. It's CC's Pizza Buffet.
Yeah, yeah.
They don't exist anymore or they just disappeared from everywhere around me, but like everywhere that had one around me just doesn't have one anymore. But they had really good pizza as well.
Oh yeah,
I don't know if
yeah.
they had
CC's was
good
good.
pizza or not. I had them a couple of times, and it was cool because it was like a pizza buffet. But
Mm,
I don't remember if their pizza was good. We have a joint. Well, it's not close to here, but it was when I lived closer to Raleigh. There was a joint called Pizza. I think it was Pizza Inn, and it was the same. It was a pizza buffet type deal, and they had some pastas and whatnot. And I effed with that. It was good stuff.
The We had a place here. I don't know if you guys had it, but we used to have a place here called Pizza Street.
mm-hmm.
I've never heard of
It
that.
was a all you could eat pizza buffet. It was mainly for kids. It was $4.49 per person. You go in
Okay.
there, they had a little arcade. You'd eat as much pizza as you possibly could. And don't get me wrong, the pizza was horrible. It was not
Right.
good.
Oh,
But
what is the pizza joint in Carbon Hill called, Ted? Oh, they've got
Uh,
the hot ham and cheese sandwiches too.
I don't remember. I'll look it up real quick.
What is that place called? I grew up. So the first place that I remember living as a kid was in Carbon Hill, Alabama, and we would always go to this. Was it pizza? It was pizza. What was it called? I don't remember, but Ted's gonna look it up real quick. But we used to always go there, and I can remember the smell. I can remember playing the arcade games, everything about that place. Now, granted, when my dad died and we went back, my brother ended up getting some sandwiches from there, and it was lackluster. Honestly, it was not great, but you know, Slick Lizards. That's who had the
Yeah,
good.
Slick Lizard was another one.
They had the good hot ham and cheese.
So yeah, the two places that are popping up are Club Pizza and then Pizza Bar. But I
Pizza
don't
Bar.
know.
That's the
Was it
one.
Pizza Bar?
Yeah, that's the one. Been there. I mean, I was born in '92, and it's been there at least around then, and still going strong.
Yeah, there's two local places. Or will I say local? They're a few miles away from me, but one of them is called Mojo's Pizza
Oh
in
yeah,
Cordova, Alabama, that has really good pizza, really
yeah
good
they
cheese
do.
sticks too.
Oh
And
god,
then another place is Cujo's Pizza in
yeah,
Curry. They have really good pizza as well.
yes they do. Mojo's is, I mean, band camp, playing the drums
Mm-hmm.
all day, and then going and getting either Rebel Queen, which God rest her soul, or Mojo's,
Yeah.
which, looking back, probably a terrible thing to go eat, being
Oh
out
heck
in the
yeah,
hot
especially
sun all day.
being out in like 110-degree weather and then going and consuming a fuck ton of just cheese and grease,
Yes, and
and
just
then
heavy
going back
carbs.
out into it. Yeah.
Oh God. And my brother was drum captain at the time, and he ran us ragged. Oh God, yeah, not any of our finer moments, but God, is it good food? Yeah, I saw pictures not long ago. Somebody had posted kind of like a flashback type deal of the Rebel Queen,
Hmm.
and it broke my heart, man. That food was, I mean, was it the best food in the world? No, but it
Yeah.
was good food in my opinion. They had a good hamburger steak.
Well,
Oh,
Yeah. There's a lot of places that have went under, even before COVID and
right.
everything. A lot of good places that just have went under and everything that had really good food.
And you got places like Cabo San Lucas, which are just sorry, not sorry, subpar Mexican garbage.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. I think it's a franchise. I could be wrong on that, but there's a Mexican restaurant here in Jasper where I live, called Los Reyes. They
Yeah,
have by far the most authentic Mexican food I've ever eaten, mostly because it's both owned and run by Mexicans.
there it is.
But out of all of the Mexican restaurants here in Jasper, Los Reyes is by far the best.
Yeah, I am. So many people scream about Cabo San Lucas. The entire brown side of my blood, and it is subpar, especially because I've lived
Hmm.
in places like Denver and Vegas and here, and I've traveled in Arizona, New Mexico, California, you know what I'm saying? And I've had
Hmm.
good Mexican food. And then I went home to Alabama. I just got a speeding violation or a red light. A red light for 1200.
Oh
And
God.
anyway, yeah, it's just not good. It's just not good Mexican food.
Yeah. And then
well, I
of
mean,
course you've got like the sushi restaurants. I'm sorry I keep cutting you off,
Yeah, I
Jacob.
no,
was
you're
about
fine.
to say.
But I mean, then you have like the other restaurants and everything down here that are imitations of like sushi restaurants or Chinese restaurants, stuff like that and everything that just aren't good, but yet you have groups of people that swear by them.
Do not even get me started on Lynn Garden. Oh, that is the most disgusting food I have ever eaten in my life. And yet, what was it? Was it Oriental Express? Was that the
Yes.
place? My favorite freaking Asian cuisine place in the whole country closed.
Hmm.
Anyway, sorry, Jacob. Go ahead. We're done on that quick tangent.
No, I was just gonna say, Jordan, you were talking about heartbreak and COVID shutting places down and whatnot, and I just kind of reminded me, what's actually kind of messed me up here recently
But
is I've noticed that malls all around America are slowly dying out.
Hmm.
You know, the
yeah,
mall is not getting traffic as much as it used to, and I mean, I'm sure I probably speak for probably just about everybody around our age group. Mall was a big part of our childhood,
oh,
Hmm.
absolutely. Our
you
mall
know?
has a documentary on it. The Jasper Mall has a documentary on Amazon.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
Yeah.
mean,
it was a big name mall in our town and everything. I mean, it had J.C. Penney's, Cato's, Kmart,
Sears at one
Hibbett's
point.
was in it. Sears was in it at one point. GameStop was in it at one point. I mean, everywhere, like every news store that was coming to Jasper was going in the mall.
Yep.
And after, which I mean, after so many years of operation and everything, it just kind of started dying down and everything. Now, whenever Kmart did their big bankruptcy thing and stuff and closed down, it moved out of there. Now, unfortunately, that side of the mall is completely closed off due to mold and asbestos and all that kind of junk.
Oh, good.
Yeah. In the end, J.C. Penney's isn't even in there anymore because I think, if I'm not mistaken, they filed for bankruptcy and everything and closed all of their physical stores or a handful of their physical stores. I don't remember. Um, Cato's is still in there, so it's still an anchor store as they call it. I think Kibbett's Sports is still in there, and then Dunham's Sporting Goods moved into where J.C. Penney's used to be and everything. So at least that's there and stuff. But apart from that, there's not really a whole lot in there. I even think the military recruitment center that was in there moved out and moved up beside our Walmart and everything.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. Well, I don't know why I would know that.
Yeah, we've still got, the J.C. Penney's and all of that in our mall, which I guess we're one of the lucky ones because, I mean, Kansas, we don't really have a whole lot to do other than go to the mall. So ours is still, it's relatively up there, but it's not so much like actual stores like it used to be, like J.C. Penney and whatnot. Now it's almost more novelty stores like Spencer's,
Hmm.
Oh,
We
yeah.
have a bunch of stores like Spencer's, like similar to Spencer's, that have just kind of filled the mall now because I think the only two real anchor stores we've got in there are J.C. Penney, and I think we got a Barnes and Noble in there, and everything else is
Hmm.
just food and novelty stuff now, and it's kind of sad because I miss those old days where everybody would go hang out at the mall, and then I think it was still even happening to an extent, not as often as it had, but it was happening up until
Hmm.
COVID hit, and then COVID just now it's like nobody remembers what the hell a mall is anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, we still have a pretty good sized mall here that I think is pretty. I mean, I don't go to a mall anymore, but I'm pretty sure it's still fairly active. You still got like Dave and Buster's in it, and whatever the hell else. I think even our closest FedEx store or UPS, one of the two, is inside the mall.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the mall in like one of the larger cities here in Alabama. It's called the Galleria. It's in Birmingham, Alabama. They, let's see, probably heck, it's probably been about 7 years now. So I think it came in whenever I turned 18. I'm 25 now, so let's see, 18, 19, 20, 25. Yeah, about 7 or 8 years. God, I'm old. Um, but they got a Dave and Buster's, and then I unfortunately never got the chance to go there and everything. I mean, it's still open, but I think it's kind of dropped off and everything. They lost their Disney store. There was a Disney store in there
The
that
Disney store
Yeah.
went
was
away.
dope. There was the
We
Oh
WB
yeah,
still
it
store
was.
too, the
yeah, we've
Warner
still got
Um,
our
Brothers.
Disney store.
and then
Um,
they've got the Build-A-Bear. I think is still in. No, I see. I don't think Build-A-Bear was in there anymore. The last time I was in there.
Yeah,
I
we've
heard
still
it's
got both of those in
trashy
ours.
now.
Yeah,
I heard it's not
I
good
think that.
anymore.
Yeah, the last time I was in there, they had a Lego store. I don't know if that's still in there. They had a massive carousel in like
Yeah,
the food court area.
Yep. Yep.
Then fucking across the street from them, across the street from it was a massive Toys R Us. And then Toys R Us filed for bankruptcy. But guess who's back in that store? Toys R Us.
I was about to say I heard a rumor that Toys R Us was either back or coming back.
Yeah, so I think they're coming back to like physical stores like where it's like just straight up Toys R Us.
Yeah,
I think it's coming back to certain locations, and then I think the rest of them are going inside of some store. I don't remember if it was Cato's or something else. They were basically like merging the stores and stuff.
yeah.
But like Toys R Us was also a big part of my childhood and everything. Going to Birmingham just to like go to Toys R Us and look around.
Yeah, I do. Well, KB Toys was the big one for me when I was a kid
Yeah.
because even the Galleria and the Jasper Mall both had KB Toys.
Yeah, I remember the KB toys in the Jasper Mall.
My mom worked in the mall at a pet store in Galleria when I was younger, and it was right across from KB Toys. So me thinking I'm some big shit. I mean, I was probably like 8 or 10, like not even old at all, not even a teenager, not even in middle school. I don't think. I might have been in 5th grade. Um, I went in there thinking I could get a job so I could work while my
Mm-hmm.
mom was working. And I put some stuff away for them and did some stuff. They were super. If I knew who those guys were, man, I got to give them huge props. They dealt with me as a little monster. I mean, I was not bad or anything, but I was putting stuff away for them, and they ended up paying me with a chocolate sucker. I don't even. I mean, that kind of like humanity, I feel, is just gone. But that was
Oh heck
such a.
yeah.
If I could ever say thank you to those guys who did that, that was such a nice thing that they did.
It's crazy nowadays how uh, our childhoods and everything have either completely disappeared or are continuing to disappear.
Right. But, maybe, just maybe, everything will kind of get to a calmer state soon over the next few years, I'm hoping. Or it'll all come to a head and everything will go pop. Either one.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I find it very hard to believe that. I mean, there's some malls obviously that will close, but I find it very difficult to believe that certain malls are ever going to go down completely. Like the one
Right.
by me, I mean, one, there's nothing else to do here. Two, whenever a store starts doing poorly, they just swap it out with a new one, you know?
Exactly.
And then
Yeah.
the new one gains traction, and you can do that so quickly in a mall that unless shopping dies completely, like unless shopping itself goes downhill in favor of online shopping, which I mean it has, but unless it does it the
Yeah.
rest of the way, I don't think malls are going anywhere anytime soon,
Yeah.
not fully.
There are still people who like to go actually shopping that I don't think malls will actually. Some will, smaller malls in smaller towns with a less revenue, with a less even revenue system in that town, those will probably unfortunately die. But,
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
towns with a higher revenue, I don't really, honestly, I don't see them going down because you think about Christmas times and stuff. For whatever reason, people still love to just go to the mall and go shopping for Christmas presents or, whatever. I know when I was with my ex, and that was, oh God, how long ago at this point?
Which one are we talking about?
The the last major, she who shall not
Uh,
be named. You
a
you you
while.
know, I'm probably
Yeah,
7 years. I'd say probably 7 years
roughly.
because Tori and I have been together for about four-ish this year, I think. I don't know. Um, and it was definitely a couple few years before that I was kind of dating around. But yeah, we went to the mall in Raleigh and just kind of hung out and walked around, which was good for me because, man, I found this like summer sausage gift box charcuterie platter thing, and it was like $120, and my ass bought it. It came with like I I don't know, 6 or 7 different types of cheese and crackers and turkey summer sausage, by the way, by this brand. I don't remember who it is, but there's turkey summer sausage is the best thing I have ever eaten in my life. It is sweet and still salty at the same time, but it has this, oh, it's so good. It's just so good.
Hey Jordan, where you headed?
I don't remember, somewhere up on the western, almost northwestern coast of Oregon.
I'm right
That's always
near
good.
you. I'll tell you when to pull over so I catch up to you real quick.
Copy that.
If you keep going straight up here, there's an on-ramp that's gonna come onto the highway. If you wanna, you're approaching it now. If you wanna pull over near it, I will be there with you very shortly. Yeah, right there.
Yep, I'll pull over right here. But yeah, I in no way regret spending over $100 on a box of meat and cheese. It was so good.
I mean, yeah, I mean, you kind of can't regret that at that point. I mean, hell, you've spent nearly $200 on meat and cheese.
Okay, Tedlin. But also, valid point. It was so good though.
Gotta
Did I
justify that
just?
expenditure somehow.
I
I
mean, I'd
mean,
probably do the same thing.
I justified it by
Honestly, I
eating it.
probably would too.
That was my Christmas present to myself that year.
There it is.
Oh, there's so much going on, and then not to mention all the new stuff that's coming out with technology, which I know we've talked about a handful of times on the. I say a handful. We've talked about like twice. On the
Technically, though,
channel.
we've talked about it
Yeah,
4 times.
a few times. And then you had
um,
daggum Nintendo and PlayStation doing their state of play and Nintendo Direct Day,
yeah,
announcing new games and stuff. So we've got that stuff to look forward to.
yeah, which I didn't watch
Times
any
are
of them,
crazy, man.
but you did. So give
Hmm.
us what happened with that. Tell me about. Give me a synopsis of the Nintendo. Anything
So,
good?
yes and no. Two of the big things Nintendo, well, I guess three of the big things that Nintendo announced were Pikmin 4. I've never played any of the Pikmin games, so I don't know much about them. They announced a new Kirby game, then gave a official name and release date for the new Legend of Zelda game. It's called Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. It is,
Okay.
of course, the sequel to Breath of the Wild.
Did
Uh,
they confirm or deny a Twilight Princess remake?
Unfortunately, no.
God.
A lot of people were hoping for it. There was supposed to be an announcement, according to reliable sources, about a Wind Waker and Twilight Princess Switch port. The Wind Waker I have played 1,000 times and aren't worried about it. But Twilight Princess is one that I would love to replay because unfortunately never got the chance to play it on the GameCube.
Yeah.
I had to play it on the Wii.
I'm so sorry.
So yeah, the motion controls at the time weren't as great
Oh, they
as
were so
Nintendo
bad.
had hyped them up to be. But
That was another one, dude. When
yeah.
they quit making that game, I spent $200 on a GameCube copy of that
Hmm.
game because
And they're
I
still
wanted to
up
play
to
it.
that price.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
They're still, oh god, yeah, they're still pricey. Um and I hate that. So like I hope that it comes out on the Switch. Um the Going back to the Breath of the Wild sequel, Tears of the Kingdom, the release date for it is May 12th.
Okay.
Yeah, May 12th of 2023, so next year, which we always knew, as it has been with previous Legend of Zelda series releases, it always releases in the spring.
Yeah.
As with Pokemon releases always happen in mid to late fall. So like November is the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet release, and November is usually where Pokemon games fall. Usually October, November, somewhere around in there. They also announced stuff for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on the Switch and everything. It's
I
had some
thought
new
it.
maps and stuff
Oh, but
released here
okay,
lately.
okay.
Yeah.
Let's say I thought that was already out.
Yeah, it is. They've just basically because I mean it's been out for a while now, but they haven't really done anything DLC wise with it. But here recently they started releasing new maps and all that kind of stuff with quote unquote free updates. So long as you have the Nintendo
There it
Online
is.
Plus expansion pack.
Okay, so I can't shit on their subscription too hard because it's what, like $20 for a year versus
Yeah, yeah,
everybody else.
yeah.
But
Oh yeah,
no, I was just gonna say, but they also don't have that many good games to play online with people
yeah.
or any form of voice chat.
Yeah, they did announce a couple of things. So going back to the price point and everything, Nintendo Online I think is $29.99 for an entire year for just the online, and then I think it's 60 for the expansion pass plus
Yeah.
online, which again isn't bad.
No.
Um, comparative to others. But they also did announce uh, golf is coming to Nintendo Switch Sports, which I'm excited for. It's one of the things that I loved about Wii Sports. Um, they also announced new games coming to the Nintendo 64 emulator that Nintendo has on the Switch. One of the games they announced was GoldenEye, was
Oh.
007 GoldenEye with multiplayer and online play. So I know
Oh.
that's going to be a thing that's going to be that a lot of people are going to like.
You know, uh,
Then,
if anybody
mhm,
knows of a good just Game Boy Advanced emulator, I am chomping at the bit to replay Metroid Fusion.
yeah,
So if you find one, I know Tedlin, you were my emulation guy for sure, but if you know of a
mhm.
good Game Boy Advanced emulator, hit me up after this because I really, 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 really want to play it.
Yeah. There's a couple for PC and everything. I usually use my phone for emulators and stuff, but again, I have a good computer now, so I would like to be able to run some stuff on my computer,
You could play
possibly
Twilight
like modded.
Princess.
Yeah, I could play Twilight Princess, play modded Twilight Princess.
There it is.
Um, but other than that, I mean, they announced a new Bayonetta game and everything.
Yeah.
Again, I never played the Bayonetta games. Um, they announced a couple of course, JRPGs and everything. They also announced a lot of farming simulation games, also, which was kind of odd. Like, they announced a new Story of Seasons game, which I know Story of Seasons was supposedly the original creators of Harvest Moon, who basically went and completely rewrote the story or whatever. It's
Yeah.
definitely an interesting title, but they also announced a few others. There's one where you basically get a farm, but you're also this warrior or something. I don't know. It's weird. And they announced a bunch of weird stuff like that for Nintendo, and that was about it. And then PlayStation had their PlayStation Direct, or not PlayStation Direct, PlayStation State of Play today, which introduced a couple of interesting titles. They started it off with Tekken 8. I've played a few of the Tekken games,
Yeah.
really good fighting games, love them. They announced a there's one game, Rise of the Ronin, which I think is going to be really cool. It's, of course, set in Japan and everything, but you play as a Ronin, from what I understood from the trailer. You play as a Ronin, go around, do quests, all that kind of stuff. It was, again, just an announcement trailer, so you didn't get to see a lot of like gameplay and stuff. They announced quite a few remakes and remasters too. and then of course announced stuff about Hogwarts Legacy. Apparently, PlayStation is getting an exclusive quest called the Hogsmeade Haunted Shop. They again an announcement trailer, so kind of the basic gist of it and everything. It's a haunted shop in Hogsmeade. Shocker, right? Um, that's going to be interesting. I know me and Jacob are super excited for Hogwarts Legacy. Jordan is kind of trying to deter us from it.
I am not trying to deter you. I'm just trying to bring a realistic mind to the overwhelming hype from the two of you. That is all.
Yeah.
You know what game I'm more excited for than Hogwarts, though?
What?
Starfield.
I've heard so many different, like,
What is
contradictory. It's supposed to be this new open-ish world space exploration
Open-ish.
game.
Have you
Open-ish.
seen the Steam trailer?
Okay, well, it's
Ooh.
nowhere near as open
Oh,
as
yeah.
No Man's Sky.
No, that's
Yeah, okay.
exactly what it's meant to be.
What?
Yeah,
Right.
I remember what Starfield is now.
It's exactly as open as No Man's Sky. That's like the whole point of it.
Well, No
It's,
Man's
It's
Sky has.
Skyrim in space.
Well,
Yeah,
what I'm saying,
it's-
the reason I say not as open is because No Man's Sky has millions of planets.
Right.
Yeah,
but those are
that's small.
procedurally generated and relatively
Right.
similar to each other. This
Mhm.
one has a system. I believe it was somewhere up in the numbers of 10,000 planets
Yeah.
over the course of a few thousand systems, and every single one of these planets is entirely unique.
Mhm.
Entirely, different enemies, different NPC types, different resources and materials, and different missions, and every inch of every planet will be explorable. You've got cities with sentient life forms. You've got
Mhm.
all kinds of crazy shit that's going on in this game, and it's this is one of the few games that I 100% believe every bit of the hype, and the reason why is because
Mhm.
Bethesda has been working on this game for over 20 years.
Mhm.
Like, this is not one of those situations where it's like, oh, we came up with this idea 5-6 years ago, and we're going to make this game, and we're going to hype it up, and then it's going to come out and not. Like, this is a 20-year project.
Mhm.
It's gonna live up to what they're saying it's gonna live up to.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah.
So I am.
The
I just
unfortunate thing
can't
about it
believe
though
game
is
companies anymore.
yeah. The unfortunate thing about it though is that it is a Bethesda exclusive, which I said that and that was kind of stupid. It is a Microsoft exclusive, meaning that it's only going to be on PC and Xbox. There is no plan to bring it to PlayStation. Like with the new Elder Scrolls game, it is a Microsoft exclusive, so only PC and only Xbox. But
I mean,
at the same point, I own, well, a computer that can hopefully run them whenever they release,
Should be able
assuming
to.
that Unreal Engine 5 is not as a beast as game developers hype it up to be.
Well, even if it is, it's going to be throttled all the way back, like
yeah,
everything like
that
it
is
always
true.
is.
I did see so. I know I cut you off, Jacob. I'll let you continue.
oh no, it was just with what you said. I mean, this game. I don't know if I would even play it on console, to be
Mhm.
perfectly honest with you. I mean, like a game like this, very much Starfield very much brings me kind of almost Ark or No Man's Sky vibes.
Mhm.
Games that, yeah, they'll work on console, but I mean, is that really what you want to play it on? Because it's not gonna run, nearly as well.
Yeah.
It's gonna have some bugs. It's gonna have some frame drops. It's gonna have some problems, and I don't know if that's necessarily, like, I don't know. And I don't personally own any of the next gen consoles. I don't own a Xbox Series X, I think it is, or a PS5. So I don't know how crazy they are in terms of specs.
Mhm.
But I don't know. Everything up until this point, when it comes to games like this, certain games are just meant to be played on PC, you know?
Hmm. Yeah,
And
that's definitely true.
yeah, and I mean, based on the trend and based on what I've seen with Starfield, it definitely seems like one of those games that's just kind of going to be a, you should probably run this on a computer.
Yeah. Going on. I guess I'll continue this here in a second. But at the PlayStation State of Play and everything, they also showed a new trailer for God of War Ragnarok, which again is another game that I'm hyped for this year.
Hmm.
Uh, it, if I'm not mistaken, is being made with Unreal Engine 5 or rendered in Unreal Engine 5. I don't remember, but it looks phenomenal. The first, or well, I said the first game, the 2016 God of War, which is this game is a prequel or a sequel to, was phenomenal. Good graphics, all hands was a well-rounded game. But going to the technological side, you brought up, that you don't have any of the new gen consoles and all this, that, and the other. I have a PlayStation 5, as does Jordan, but the PlayStation 5 and my computer, my laptop, I would have to say are on par with each other to a certain extent. My computer, of course, does what computers do, it gets hot. My PlayStation, of course, does what consoles do, it gets hot. However, PlayStation has a heat dispersion that is better than my laptop. My
Hmm.
laptop has three or four relatively big fans for a laptop that, I mean, it keeps my laptop cool. I don't have to worry about severe overheating or overheating in general. But my PlayStation doesn't get over. I mean, it's right, like it just doesn't get that hot. I mean, it gets warm. It gets warm enough to where I would be afraid to sit like an open disc on it in fear of warping or heat crack and everything. But it also disperses that heat quicker, mostly because the CPU in the main board, I guess you would say, in the PlayStation is liquid cooled. It has instead of like a uh, like a super large heat sink or whatever and everything, it has a liquid core cooling system. And then, of course, it has a heat sink, as everything has a heat sink. But it's just its heat dispersion is better. And other than that, that's about the only comparison that you can make. I mean, anything that my PlayStation runs, my PC can run, and anything that my PC can run, my PlayStation can run.
Right.
So,
Uh,
I
yeah,
mean,
go ahead.
on that note, I don't have a laptop. I have a desktop,
Hmm.
and it don't get hot.
Yeah.
Like this is it don't get hot unless I'm playing Star Citizen, and even then I just crank my fans and it don't get hot.
Yeah,
So
that's another thing about consoles and everything. You can't control the fans on the consoles. The fans on consoles are kind of set. So of course, like the PlayStation has a relatively large heatsink. Again, it has the liquid core cooling system for like the CPU and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, like I said, it doesn't get hot enough to where I'd worry about it. But I also wouldn't set a like open face disc directly on it and everything, just because it's just the way that I am and everything, because I've had like a PlayStation 3 and even an Xbox get super super hot and like crack my discs because of the heat before, or even warp them to that extent. So like I'm just cautious about stuff like that. And the PlayStation 5 also has removable face plates, and the cages that are around the fans are easy to take off and everything with a T-bit. So easy cleaning and
That's it.
everything. And I mean, the console itself is easy to take apart anyway.
Not even to mention, homie, the new PlayStation 5, the 1200 series PlayStation 5, I believe is what it is.
Hmm.
The cooling on it is even better,
Yeah,
along with its power consumption and everything else. Like, they added a much better heat sink.
yeah,
Go ahead and pull up.
yeah. I mean, I've got a day one PlayStation and everything. Like, I mean, like day one PlayStation, and I mean, it does fine. You know, I think the only issue that I've ever had out of it was with my controller. Um, so like with these new controllers and stuff, they have software updates for the controllers, and I've had a couple of the updates where like it takes forever to for my controller to sync to the console and stuff, but it's just something with the updates and everything. But other than that, that's really the only issue that I've ever had out of it.
Yeah. My only issue with my PlayStation controller is that my daughter spilled, I think, my monster on it. I don't know what. So my B button, or not B, geez Louise, my C, or circle,
The
Circle?
I don't even know
C
what
button.
I don't know what's going on any with my brain. Well, I do know what's going on with my brain, but um, no, it's my circle button sticks like horribly.
Yeah, yeah, and so the console is easy to take apart, but the controller is a different story. I haven't really tried to take them apart. I know the like the black, which mine is red, the black faceplate that goes around the joysticks is removable.
Yeah.
Like I said, I have a red one. Um, and then there's two Phillips head screws and stuff, and I think if you unscrew, I think those are the only two that you unscrew, but then you have to like pop all of the like latches, quote unquote, and everything. And everybody that I've watched on YouTube who's ever taken these apart always has like those special tools and shit. Whereas like with the PlayStation 4 controller, it was take these screws out and then apply just a tad bit of pressure, and the controller pops in half.
Yeah, which is kind of one of those things that we've all talked about that I love about the Steam Deck is it's just they made it easy to repair and they made it
Yeah,
easy to upgrade and fix on your own. And they even
yeah.
have tutorial videos to do so.
Yeah, I was about to say, if I'm not mistaken, and I could be wrong, but if I'm not mistaken, you can take apart the Steam Deck, like the more expensive one,
Yeah.
and you can take it apart and actually change out the NVMe card in it,
Yes, I think so.
the M.2 for higher storage. But
Yeah.
like, I mean, that alone makes me want to get a Steam Deck and stuff because like just having that availability on a handheld, I'm just gonna call it a console, is awesome. Because like I mean with the Switch and everything, and don't get me wrong, I love the Switch. I like Nintendo. I've always liked Nintendo. But like with the Switch, the only thing that you can change on it is the micro SD card, and I think the highest they go on a micro SD card is a fucking terabyte, if
Uh,
that.
I think I have a 2 terabyte.
They might make it to terabyte, I don't know. But
Yeah.
like you can get like but for like the Steam Deck, you can buy, if you want to spend the money, you can buy like a 6 terabyte NVMe and slot that into the Steam Deck and won't ever have to touch it again.
Send it. My only concern with the Steam Deck is just the portability. Like I told you guys today, I tried playing um, Subnautica on VR today.
Yeah.
Horrible port. It feels horrible. And when you go to pull up uh, the tablet that you use to like shoot your inventory, basically,
Hmm.
it is like 2 inches from my face.
Oh,
It
good.
is so it is not good. And then you can't like turn. You have to literally turn your body or turn your head to turn,
Ooh.
which is
Ew.
fine. But I was trying to play stationary because the girls were running all over the place. So I was like, I'll just play a little bit something, something right here. I did, however, play Brass Tactics today, which is like a
I don't know what that
strategy
is.
It's a strategy VR game. I don't know. It was fun though. You like place down towers to create troops and upgrade your castle and attack your. I don't know. I had a blast playing it.
I didn't
Yeah,
mean to just totally rear end you there. My bad.
Oh, I didn't even feel it. We good?
I know. I know on the Steam Deck and even in Steam on PC and everything, if you look at the game you're going to play, it'll tell you if it's supported on the Steam Deck or like if it has Steam Deck support and everything.
Yeah.
Because I know, like you have like access to the full Steam library, so everything on Steam you can play on the Steam Deck, but only certain things are supported. So like
Gonna be
only certain
good.
games have certain, have like the good uh port, I guess,
Yeah, my
and stuff. But I
concern is
mean
the
still
joystick.
it's yeah. Well, I mean even the joystick and everything, if the game requires like a mouse and everything, the Steam Deck has trackpads.
That's true. Yeah.
Although it's like a 1 inch by 1 inch square,
Yeah.
it's very small. But again, I've never held a Steam Deck. I've never played a Steam Deck. It could be a good trackpad. It could be a bad trackpad. I don't know. I've heard very mixed reviews.
Just go get KB's.
I could,
He
but I
doesn't
also
use
want to.
it.
I also just want to get one uh for myself and everything, and I might get one at Christmas. It's like
Oh my god.
I have right now I have a choice to make.
Yeah.
I either get a good chair, a
Yeah.
good gaming chair, because the current one I'm sitting in fucks my back up more than my back's already fucked up. But I could either get a good gaming chair, a Nintendo Switch OLED model, which I kind of really want, or a Steam Deck. But with the Steam Deck, I would have to order it or go on a waiting list
Yeah.
until quarter quarter two of 2023 or whatever it is right now.
So I wanted the OLED Switch, and then I talked to KB, and he has one and the original or the regular, I guess, not really original. Uh, and there's been
It's
some
not
other
that big of a
things.
difference.
Right, I was gonna say it's truly not enough of a difference to justify a whole new console cost.
Yeah,
Now, if I was swimming in it, I'd probably buy it, you know.
yeah.
But I, it sounds good in principle, but for one, I'm so annoyed that Nintendo thought those gigantic bezels on the screen of the Switch was a good idea.
I know, because I mean, I've got my Switch right here and everything, and you've got a what, a 7 inch, 8 inch console here,
Yeah,
and it's
something like
got
that.
a quarter to a half an inch thick bezel and everything for like it doesn't make sense.
No.
It's like, I mean, yeah, sure, I can sit here and play it in my hands and it's not horrible, but at the same time, I just want the full screen.
Right. But I'm not ill, but again, that takes us all the way back to last week's conversation just about the idiotic
Sheer stupidity of game
practices.
of yeah,
Like,
of game companies.
right, you have all of that screen real estate and you decided to kill half an inch all the way around.
Yeah.
It just it blows my mind.
Like,
But
and like going to like the Steam Deck. Sorry for cutting you off, but like going to the Steam Deck and everything. There's also other alternatives out there that, given they are less powerful and they have a little bit more issues and everything, but like the Aya Neo is one that I've seen
yeah,
all over TikTok as a Steam Deck replacer and everything, and it's a beautiful console. Like, sure, if you
yeah,
can't afford a Steam Deck and want the console now and everything, go with an Aya Neo.
But not
Yeah,
even
sure, it's
just
gonna have
that.
issues and stuff, but still, it's a
The new one though,
decent console.
the new one's not bad though. Linus Tech Tips. If anybody wants more information on it, go look up. Linus has done numerous videos on the iNeo. I mean, it's good. I mean, it's a very,
Yeah,
very, very good machine. It's just not a Steam Deck or a Switch or whatever.
yeah.
It's just a whole. It's a brand that I mean, personally, I'm not really familiar with, but um, go take a look. Go watch his videos if anybody is interested in handheld, like basically little PCs to play Steam games or whatever on. Go look him
Mm.
up. Go watch the video. Go do your own education. What I was gonna say, Tedlin, is something that I know you want to talk about. September 27th.
Oh, yeah, the Faz update.
Oh yeah.
Uh, so Phasmophobia, the gaming group that we currently have and everything, not just me, Jordan, and Jacob. We love playing Phaz. Of course,
There's
we
like
haven't played it
eight.
in a couple of weeks, which I'm kind of peeved about, but we'll get to that another day. Um, we do like to play Phaz, and Phaz has had a lot of updates here recently and everything, or all I say recently, but again, it is a small group of like 15 people or something who are
Now, and
making this
it didn't
game.
start out that way either.
Yeah, it didn't start out that way. But they're finally coming out with the game's first extremely large update. This new update adds a new map called Sunny Meadows. It is a smaller version of the asylum, or a completely new asylum that has more obstacles in the hallways, such as like gurneys, shelves, chairs, stuff like that and everything to make it harder to escape from the ghosts. But it also adds variants of certain maps. Like it's adding a smaller variant of the campsite, which is going to be interesting. Um, it's adding new equipment, I think. It's adding uh, new sounds, uh, I think a new ghost model, and everything. We don't know. The all we do know is that it's adding map variants, the Sunny Meadows map, some new equipment, amongst a slew of other stuff. But here recently, Faz has gotten a little less scary and
Oh yeah.
everything, mostly because we've been cheating. But I didn't say that. Um,
Well, I mean, we played it legitimately for so long, and then we
as the guy
found
with a 500,000 power level per level in the game.
okay, okay, all that did was make me look like absolutely nothing. It's just a funny thing. But what I was gonna say is, and then we found some of the mods and stuff that just it made it fun. We had a good time
Yeah.
just breaking Faz and taking even more of the scary out of it. Like, what is the one? Ghost Always Visible. That is like my
Hmm.
favorite mod that we can turn on and play with. Because you just walk it. Now, it still scares me. Now, that actually scares me every now and then. Because you walk into a room and poop, there's the ghost right in front of you.
Yeah.
But,
My favorite that we play with is the as long as there's tarot cards on the map.
Oh.
So basically, as long as there's tarot cards on the map, I can push a button and resurrect the entire team at any given point.
But it
And
also unfortunately increases our inventory size.
yeah,
So we
it
go from
doubles your
having three
inventory size.
items. Yeah, we go from
6.
having 3 items to 6, and then 12, and then 24, and then it's
Yeah,
horrible, but
but
funny.
it was funny because the first time I introduced us to this, I think we sat. It was one of the cabin maps.
yeah,
I think we sat in there for a good 2 hours, just
just.
haunting this ghost to come kill us, and then I would just resurrect us afterward.
And then we do it again. And then we die. And then we do it again. And we literally did that. Or, yeah, an hour or two for sure.
Yup, it
And
was
and that's kind of what Ted
it
was
was a
saying. Like we
blast.
have, it's not just the three of us. We have probably close to 12 people or so that we on and off. I'm probably over
Yeah.
exaggerating that number, but it's somewhere in the ballpark of 10 or 12 people that we play with.
Yeah.
Not
Which
trying
brings
to
us-
pass. You just came in too hot.
Yeah, you're good. Which brings me back to why a lot of these games like Forewarned, which is another good one, and Faz, Ghost Exile, why we can only have, or at least Faz for sure, only have 4 people when some of the maps are so large that you lose sanity before you even find the ghost.
Yeah, especially Faz with like I think the largest map Faz currently has is the Asylum,
Oh,
and
God.
with 4 people, you can't cover the whole thing. Like if one person is at one side of the map where the ghost is, you have to basically run a mile. I'm over exaggerating, of course.
It
I might
feels
be.
like it.
Yeah, basically a mile to bring all the equipment and everything, and it's insane. Whenever we could definitely have it, even 2 more people, make it a 6-player game would be perfect
Oh, yeah,
and
absolutely.
everything.
Yeah. See, and I mean, with Ghost Exile, it makes sense because you've got the ritual at the end, right?
Hmm.
And that ritual very quickly becomes a little too easy with multiple people because you can station people around the house at that point to close any portals that might open. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it becomes a lot less tense of a moment when you're trying to actually exercise a ghost. But see, that's why Ghost Exile is my favorite of the trio of those type of games that we play. Because I think that for all of its flaws and for the absolute mess it was when it first came out,
Oh, it was so bad.
it has really evolved into a game that
It,
fills in the holes that Phasmophobia leaves behind. You
Yeah.
know,
yeah, it is a solid ghost hunting game now. It's
yeah,
ugly. Like the people are horrendously ugly, the models, but it really is. It is a solid game. We gotta have pull over right here actually. Um, that I truly I do love too. It's one of my favorites. Now, what I think that we should do at some point is we definitely all need to snag Ghost Exorcism Inc.
Yeah.
And we all
excuse
need to
me.
do. Yep, go
I
on
couldn't
ahead.
stop.
Nope, you're good. Oh, just maybe I'll sneak on over here. Nope, I went ahead and got it. Um, and do a first look, our first play or whatever, because that one I know is much spookier than the other ones.
Yeah, definitely. Because I mean, not only can the ghost come out of the house or the graveyard or whatever, but whenever you die, whenever the ghost gets you in that game, the player can still interact with the environment. So, throwing things, making stuff move, closing doors, light switches, radios, stuff like that, and everything. The player can still interact with that to throw, the other people off.
See,
Yeah,
for me,
I really want to do a first look, a first play on that and post it. I
Mhm.
think that would be, first of all, it'd be hilarious because we're going to scream like little girls, 100%.
I'm not nearly as excited for that one as I am for Invade Retro.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
That one is going to be terrifying. I'm good to go when you are.
Yep, I'm heading out now. I don't
Yeah,
know.
that one's
Um,
gonna be interesting.
our group is going to make Vade Retro so unscary
Oh my god, absolutely.
because whoever is the ghost is not going to be serious.
No,
No, God no.
there's no possible way.
I'm sorry, but if I'm playing an exorcist girl who can crawl on the ceiling and everything and then vomit all over everybody, I'm 1000% doing that.
Right, I'm gonna make
That's
jokes.
all I'm doing.
Right, I'm gonna make jokes. It's not going to be a serious play in any capacity. It's kind of like playing
Nope.
Bigfoot when I played as Mr. Foot. I didn't, I mean, I killed everybody, but I also was not being serious with it. I didn't know how to play it, but you know, it just, we don't do things seriously.
I mean, I'm sure once everybody figures it out, there will be a few games where people take it seriously, you know.
Oh, of course.
But I
Maybe.
I think a lot of it is going to be funny and honestly good recording content.
Agreed.
Oh,
Agreed.
1000%.
It's gonna be a good one. I'm super excited for Vaid Retro. I actually totally forgot about it until you said something. It's in my Steam wish list,
Than
but
mine
Yeah.
too. Yeah,
I don't
I hope
think
it's not one
we.
of those games that just ends up never coming out. Like what was it, Void Train?
No, well, no. Void Train is still coming out. Void Train has never had a specific time to come out.
Release day. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, Markiplier did that playthrough of it what 2, 3 years ago, and it looked like it
no.
was pretty much finished.
He did one recently.
Yeah, he played it about a
A lot
year
more
ago.
recent.
Dre played it about 2 or 3 years ago when it was super bare bones, and then he kind of revisited it. But I do still think it's coming out, or at least I hope it is. I definitely want to play Void Train. That's another one that's really right up our
Yeah.
alley.
Yeah. I still think we all need to get Prop Night and Midnight Ghost Time.
Oh, I'm down for
Yeah.
Midnight Ghost Hunt. Absolutely, I'm down for that.
I still think we should all try and do some Gmod prop hunt. I think that there would be so
Yeah.
many shenanigans that I would love it. But I think prop hunt would also be a good time.
I think we need to try that Shadows of Deception again.
Oh God.
Just need to
It
get
was-
enough people in there that we can fill up our own lobby. You know,
Yeah, I don't remember how many we needed to have though.
I think it's only 6. I gotta go to a way station. I don't know if you got the same.
Yeah, I got away. Yeah, I don't remember how many we needed to have, but I mean, realistically, if everyone is on, we should be able to fill it, but
Yeah, I mean, guaranteed we'd be able to fill it because I mean, it's one of those things where it's very difficult to figure out a game like that when one, they don't offer a tutorial, two, it's very complicated mechanics, and 3, you're actively trying to figure it out in a PvP environment. Like that doesn't work, you know?
yeah, it was. And our teammates, the last time we played, were not the best at English. If that's
That's
if we want to go there. And one of them was trying to help us out, but I'm pretty sure he was the killer and still trying to help us, but still. Yeah, there's so many different mechanics in that game with zero explanation on how to actually mechanic them.
right. And that, to bring it back to last week's topic, another issue with game developers. Why would you make a PvP game, even if it's early access, with no hint as to how to play?
Right.
You know?
Because then you got people like me. I tried to get a refund on it not long ago, but of course Steam wouldn't because it had been far too long.
Too long.
Yeah.
Like it's one of those things where I mean, like I get it, it's an early access game, but if you're gonna release your game to the public for play, teach the public how to play the damn game.
Absolutely.
I just watched that truck cut you off.
Oh yeah.
That was funny.
That truck is like, it's glitching and bouncing all over the place. But no, I mean, I'm sure that it could be a fun game. I'm sure that it could. But for one, we couldn't figure out how to pick stuff up. Then we
Right.
couldn't figure out how to actually use the items. Then we couldn't
Much
figure out
less
what
what
to
they
do.
did.
Right, what to do with them. And then to top that game off, there's no way to turn down volume, and the footstep sounds in that game are so loud in my headset. God, it was horrible.
I'm sorry, what game are we talking about?
Massive Deception.
Yep, that.
Never heard of it, never played it.
Yeah, it's not good. Well, I mean,
It genuine. So it seems like a good game. It seems like the mechanics are well done. The graphics are well done. The audio is bad,
horrible.
but everything else is good.
taking the
Everything else
shoulder.
is very well done on it. We just don't know how to play it.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I believe that there was an update not long ago. They added a quote-unquote easy mode and maybe a tutorial. I don't remember if they added a tutorial or not. But they added a few things.
I mean, genuinely, if they did add a tutorial...
Oh, I almost
then
crashed.
I watched that.
Yeah, some good driving on my part though.
But I mean, if they added a tutorial, then we could potentially get back into that and start playing it because I really do think there's potential in that game to have a lot of fun. Because I mean, it's Phasmophobia meets Among Us. It's what it is.
Right, yeah. Which why do we not play Among Us?
Because we never have enough people.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, Among Us is one of those games where you feel like 6 people should be enough to play it, but
But
it's
it's
not.
not.
No, it's not. We need to be able to run two
Like,
suspicious men.
we would need 12 to 15 people to make Among Us like actually feasible,
Yeah.
I think.
Probably somewhere around there.
Which I mean, if we miraculously had everybody in our Discord server on at once, then that would definitely be doable.
Definitely.
That would be a blast for an Among Us night. Listen,
You're right.
because we have a lot of people in the server, but
But like only our group that's ever active.
yeah,
Which I mean, it is what it is. You know, we all have a good time. We've been playing Insane Craft the last probably week now. I think it's probably been close to a week.
I'm still
No.
going to blow that server up.
Yeah, Ted's gonna destroy
I
the
don't know
server
when.
at some point.
But I'm going to blow it up.
I took him down.
We're
I talked him down last night. He was ready to make it go pop
I
last
was going to
night.
full send it.
I talked him down. I told him to wait a few more days or so, and we'll give at least Jacob more time to play with the magic stuff that he's getting into.
yeah, it's one of those things where we're definitely gonna blow up the server, but I'm looking to do it as more of a big finale thing at the end of it all.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
we need to get to space. I mean, there's a bunch of Lovecraftian bosses we need to go kill. Like, there's a lot of stuff to do that we haven't done, and I want to get into doing it. I'm just trying to get get far enough in these various mods to get us all a chance at surviving these encounters. Because I know, Jordan, you don't have as much time to play as somebody like I do.
right, yeah. Unfortunately, with my children and whatnot, my little sex trophies, I don't
Devils.
get to play. They are sometimes, but I don't get as much time to play as I would, and all of my time is usually late like this. And sometimes people aren't on, and unfortunately, like with Tedlin, which, we three, well, I mean, we three are the dirty little bandits over here. We're always playing
True.
together when we can, but unfortunately, Tedlin's internet's not the greatest, and he ran out of his hotspot right now, so him playing, um, oh, I gotta turn up here. Him playing Insane Craft right now is just not possible.
Here he
Yeah.
goes, Tedlin, outing your internet all over
Well, no, I
online
mean,
social media and everything.
it's true. It's true. I have shit internet. I have a phone that has AT&T internet with a 40 gigabyte hotspot that is shit. And then my main internet source is a Verizon Orbit hotspot thing that I have 150 gigabytes of high-speed internet on, and somehow I've miraculously used all of that this month in 2 weeks. So,
Yeah,
yeah, no.
we were trying to figure out what you spent that on, and I can't, because you haven't downloaded that
Neither
much.
can I.
Jordan, have we
Yeah, what
been
up?
pulling 2 trailers this whole time?
Do I have 2 trailers?
You're kind of far ahead of me, but I feel like you do. I was wondering why I wasn't stopping worth a damn.
Yeah, I know I'm heavy, but I don't know. I didn't look at my haul. I just kind of said, "Hey, this one pays good. Let's boogie."
Let me get this straight. We've been whipping it between 70 and 90 miles an hour down an interstate with 2 trailers attached to the back of the semi truck.
Oh,
Yeah,
100%.
that's what it sounds like.
Oh yeah, we are straight Texas trucking it.
I
But
think you and I are the biggest threats to the environment.
oh
Probably.
yeah, I'm also that in real life.
There it is.
I just chop the exhaust off of any car I get. But no, there's so many things that I'm excited for, and I'm definitely excited for the new Faz update. I know we are gonna get hours, if not a few minutes of play into that.
I am making an executive decision. That's what we are streaming that Tuesday whenever it comes out.
What day does it come out, Tedlin? Do you?
Tuesday the 27th.
Oh, that's a Tuesday. Oh, Gucci.
That's a
Okay.
Tuesday.
Okay. Well, I think we will be doing. We can go live. Crap. Let's just go ahead and do a live. Let's go. We'll do live on that Tuesday on the 27th. Okay, Jacob.
Listen. Okay, I've been driving this damn heavy ass trailer for
Like
too damn long.
Yeah.
I'm putting it in. I'm putting her in. That came out
No, you're good.
probably fine.
There's no way that could be taken bad.
No.
Nope, definitely not.
But yeah, I think that's a good idea. I think we should definitely stream that. I think that'll be entertaining at least.
Yeah, especially with like the new maps and junk.
Yeah, and I think so. Unfortunately, the last couple of weeks, I do know that we have not had gameplay footage like we used to do, and then we kind of talk over it. I am going to try to get back to that here soon. I do know that I at least am able to focus a little bit better on conversation and whatnot when I'm not flying 70, 80 miles down the road hauling. So I'm gonna try and get some gameplay footage knocked out this week. Maybe a few. I did hook up. I ended up, unfortunately, I kind of regret it now. I formatted my 4 terabyte PlayStation hard drive for video, so that way we'd have more space and, you know, less, I guess, issues with. I mean, I have a laptop, so space storage was a little bit of an issue for a while there. Uh, but at least we've got that, and I have a place that I can store some videos and, get some more editing done eventually. That is the plan.
I know, we don't get a lot of comments on our videos, obviously, but if anybody's watching us out there and you have seen our other podcasts and you have a specific game that you enjoy watching more than some of the other ones, let us know. Because I'm not joking when I say we sit here for 30 minutes every goddamn Tuesday talking about what the hell we're going to play. Just, if you have a game you prefer, let us know so we can play that game, because goddamn.
Yeah, that's true. Or if you have any topics that you just want us to rant about and, kind of go on and chat about, or, I mean, even if you just want to be a part of a podcast one day, hit us up.
And here he goes.
We'll toss you on in here. Also, Walmart, listen, still waiting on that cream corn deal. I've been waiting on that cream corn deal since my Twitch days. Walmart still is not hitting me up.
Walmart's not going to hit you up.
Okay, they might.
The day Walmart does, I'm gonna just quit the podcast.
Wow, okay. Because I'm gonna straight up just go on about cream corn for 20 minutes.
Absolutely, yes. That's exactly why.
It's going to be my 20-minute rant about Pokemon, but Jordan's 20-minute rant about cream corn.
No, because Jordan will take a sponsorship and turn it into the entire podcast.
Oh, yes. Exactly. They will get their money's worth, baby.
The name will change. The topic will change.
Great Value Podcast.
No, it'll just be Jordan's Cream Corn Cast.
There it is. Creamcast. Oh wait, that sounds that's not great.
No, that's something you'd see on a different website.
I think that's going to be our last haul for this podcast. We had a couple good ones there. Once again, I mean, we thank everybody. We don't have, like Jacob said, we don't have a whole lot of people commenting, and we don't have a whole lot of subscribers right now, but we enjoy doing this every Tuesday, even if we don't even know what we're going to talk about most days, but we enjoy getting on here. We enjoy just chatting because we're going to talk anyway. We're going to go back down in the other Discord server, and we're going to probably talk about half this shit no matter what. So we enjoy this format. We enjoy chatting. We enjoy the comments that we do get. Even some of our comments are just directly to us through Discord or through messages or whatever, and we appreciate the feedback and we appreciate the people who are viewing it. And I've talked 1,000 times about our equipment and stuff. It's gonna get better. I know that there's a bit of an echo for me. I plan on trying to put up some foam at some point, or when we're going to be buying a house again at some point, and I'll actually get a nice area set up with foam and whatnot specifically for this. With that being said, as always, thank you guys so much for support and for just showing up. Jacob, any closing remarks?
No, I think that'll do it. Man. This is a good podcast. It was a little different than what we normally do, but I think it was fun. And if you guys liked it, meaning the viewers, if you guys liked it, feel free to let us know. We'll do a couple more like this. Probably not all the time, but here and there when we're stumped for topics or whatever, we'll do something like this again.
Yeah, absolutely. Tedlin, what do you got? Any closing remarks?
Not a whole lot. Just don't forget to smash that like button, hit subscribe.
No.
Yeah, yeah, we're doing this. Smash that like button, guys. Don't forget to go subscribe too if you're liking what you're hearing and seeing. We're gonna do this every Tuesday. We'll try to do it every Tuesday at least.
Just
smash that like button. I'm gonna say that as many times just to piss Jordan off because he doesn't want us to be like every other YouTuber out there.
Yep, make sure to click that bell so you don't miss out on any of this great content.
Yeah, that too. Smash that bell icon.
Okay.
No. It's smash the like button, click the bell. Remember the bell.
Right.
You got to be gentle with it.
Like, comment,
it's like
and
you know what?
subscribe.
I can't go.
Yeah, like, comment, subscribe. There we go.
Well, now that we've hit the cringe level of YouTube again, thank you everybody so much. Obviously we do appreciate the likes, the subscriptions, and all of that, but
no, we don't.
Okay, yeah. You know what? Don't subscribe. Any of our subscribers.
I'm gonna pull Markiplier. I'm gonna pull Markiplier so that we can put him in the comment or put him in the title. We fucking hate our viewers.
There it is. There it is.
Love you, Mark. Please don't sue me.
That is Tedlin. No one else.
Yep. No, we're not a part of this.
All right. It's been fun, guys, and we'll see you on the next one. Later, Ditch Crew. Bye.